So did you know that carbon monoxide poisoning is one of the leading causes of accidental death in the United States? So the first thing is carbon monoxide, one of the reasons it's so deadly and causes so many injuries is that you cannot smell it. So right there we see our first key issue, which is proper installation and maintenance of carbon monoxide detectors, detection systems, and alarms. So we have had several cases where the claim was there was a defective carbon monoxide alarm or they just didn't have them at all. Shockingly, just handled one involving a child care center that just did not have carbon monoxide alarms, even though they were caring for young children. So that kind of thing, we can prove the standard of care was you needed to have these alarms. So we've handled carbon monoxide cases in apartment settings as well, where the landlord maybe doesn't maintain the carbon monoxide alarms, or also perhaps doesn't maintain a HVAC system. So a common source of carbon monoxide emission and poisoning is a heating system, because a lot of systems will use natural gas, and so there's a combustion process happening to generate that heat. And if you have a kind of leaky system, that combustion product, carbon monoxide, can leak into the ductwork, and basically anywhere that there's a vent in the whole building will be emitting toxic carbon monoxide into the air. So we sued an apartment complex where a family got poisoned. And the idea was that they both hadn't maintained their carbon monoxide alarms, but also that they hadn't maintained the system that produced it. It was their responsibility as the landlord to make sure the HVAC heating unit was not emitting carbon monoxide. So we're able to succeed in that lawsuit. A third case that we handled was a bit unusual. This was in a recreational vehicle setting, and another common issue with carbon monoxide is gas generators and improper ventilation of a generator. And so what happened there was this couple had decided to sleep in their RV in their RV garage, and they had plugged the RV into the wall, electrical power for all the amenities they were going to use. But it turned out that the power went out in the middle of the night. And so the gas generator that was in the RV was set to turn on automatically. And so it did while these people were sleeping. And because they were in a garage, it was producing toxic carbon monoxide and led to fatal injuries. So in that case, we were actually able to sue the RV owner for his negligence in leaving that gas generator in an on position in an enclosed space. So that was a difficult one, but kind of an unusual one. But that shows you where there is a source of potential carbon monoxide, there's the danger for death. One of the key issues that comes up in these cases is also the question of damages, because in a death case, it's very obvious what the injuries are. In an exposure case, it's a little bit trickier because these toxic gases can cause permanent brain injury, for example, but they may not always do that. So what we kind of focus on is the treatment, which is several hours of oxygen treatment and maybe blood monitoring, which is bad enough. But we also focus on the conduct. And was the conduct of the defendant really bad? For example, if you don't have carbon monoxide detectors and you're in a setting like public housing or a public school, where you really should, because you're kind of responsible for people who can't really control, the HVAC systems, or they're vulnerable populations, let's say nursing homes, for example. And there's some reason that they didn't have carbon monoxide detectors, and that reason may be corporate greed, for example. We really want to focus on the misconduct angle of not having the detection systems, because that shows a kind of recklessness that might increase the value of your case. So I hope this video has been helpful in outlining carbon monoxide lawsuits, kind of the unique challenges that they present, common themes, especially on the lack of detectors or functioning alarms. If you've been injured by carbon monoxide poisoning, please let us know. We handle a lot of these cases and can probably help. If you found the information in this video helpful, please like and subscribe. Check out our other videos on personal injury law. Thanks so much for watching.